Chapter Omake 7 to 11 end. 10 minutes later. 6 individuals could be seen sitting and discussing something in a different room. Einar was sitting with Artoria, in normal clothes, and Bubiatoria/Lancetoria, who was sitting on either side. Mordred was also sitting next to Artoria after she changed her clothes. Other knights left Einar and his harem alone to save them from more trouble. Godako and Mash were sitting on the opposite side with little envy in their eyes. They didn't know why Artoria was not showing any kind of jealousy for Mordred and Lancetoria. "So where is my punishment, darling?" Lancetoria put her arm around Einar and asked seductively while her breast was touching Einar's arm. She was not showing any kind of fear or respect but openly seducing Einar in front of everyone. Even Artoria can't be so open with him. "Well, you will face retribution later." Einar, on other hand, took a 190-degree and started acting like a beta male of typical harem anime. How could he flirt when his other two love interests of father and son were glaring cold silent daggers at Einar? "Hey, my busted father, it's not fair. You can't make moves on Teach like that." Mordred finally retorted she was lacking in that department just like her copy of the other original father. "Exactly. My other me, please refrain from doing this in public." Artoria also reprimanded Lancetoria but in an elegant way. "So I can do that in public?" Lancetoria raised a brow. "Well, we are the same self so it can't be helped." Artoria shrugged her shoulders indicating her husband's harem to expand. "Father." Mordred was lost on words. "Mordred, you should not be greedy. It is my duty as Einar's first wife to manage his harem, but worry not since you are second in line to his bed." Wait, what? Mordred blushed and steam of smoke exploded from her ears. "Foo-foo, but I am eager to be punished, you know." Lancetoria on other hand didn't stop her moves and placed Einar's hand on her jumbo breast. "Can you feel my heartbeat?" "Well, except the fact that heat is supposed to be in the middle of the chest and not on the tip on a tit. Yeah, I could feel your heartbeat crystal clear," Einar said, glancing at her breast and squeezing it. "What cup are these kids? By the way, my spear hero is rising." "I cup. Holy sword." "Yes, and if you eat any of us, the other could also feel sensation," Lancetoria whispered. "Whoa. Then." Einar hesitates, then made a puppy face to Artoria and Mordred as if asking permission to bang this mature lady. "Fine." Both of them shook their head. Einar and Lancetoria looked at each other and smiled. "Hey you guys, you know we are here." Their lovely bubble was blown by Godako, whose face was deep red from embarrassment along with her corrupting Kohai, who was also blushing and seemed very interested in their adult talk. "Hi, Einar-senpai. You can't leave us from your way of bed." Mash also was eager. Godako smacked her own face and stopped her Kohai. "Hey, Mashu, that's not what I meant." "Well, it is okay for me since I am the master, and as Einar-san said that human desires should be answered at right time, and now is the time. But not for you, you are still young and only require obeying me." "Senpai, that's not fair. We are inseparable and whether on the battlefield or in other places, we should stand for each other." "Why are you stopping me this time, senpai?" Sniff *, you are right, my precious Kohai. I forgot the pact we made. "I am sorry, and thanks for reminding the oath, Mashu." Sniff *, senpai. And they hugged each other ending the master-servant drama. Knights could only stare at them with plain expression. They didn't know who permitted them to approach Einar anyway. But before they could say anything further, the door opened again and this time all species of Artoria and another Mordred swarmed the room. Without any kind of warning, Einar was pulled by an Artoria. Einar, look. I followed Merlin and you and become a caster." "How do I look?" Artoria caster asked with a childish smile. "Whoa. Artoria, who is the caster?" "You are as stunning as you always are. I will call you Castoria." Einar praised Castoria, but then he was again pulled by another Artoria. "Einar, how do I look in my swimsuit? I especially manifested myself as an archer in my swimsuit today, just for you." Artoria's swimsuit version beamed a smile and showed Einar her swimsuit. "Holy moly. You even manifested in a swimsuit? Your butt looks stunning as always." Einar praised her kingly swimsuit and wiped the warm liquid from his nose. His Artoria meter was rising rapidly and he didn't know what will happen if it reaches full. This time he was pulled by the swimsuit version of Mordred. "Teach, you are not fair when it comes to father. Tell me, how do I look?" Mordred in a red swimsuit and tan skin also wanted to be praised. Mordred, even you can change your class just by changing into a swimsuit? By the way, you look good with that flat dot. Einar winked at Mordred, who didn't get the last part of his praise. Einar was again pulled by another Artoria, but this time it was Lancetoria with pale skin and black armor exposing her under boobs. Einar, you got some nerves flirting with other me without informing this me. I will Rangaminiad your ass. Come to my room. She was Artoria Pendragon, Lancer Alter, with an edgy look. So cool. The cooler version shows upper boobs while the edgy version shows lower boobs. I like that. Einar can't help but praise another busty version of Lancetoria. He was again pulled by another busty Artoria in a bunny girl outfit. Einar, how do I look in a bunny girl outfit? If you win against me in card game, then I will present myself to you. Bunatoria winked. That's gonna be awesome. Einar can't believe that there was even a swimsuit version of Lancetoria. He was pulled by another altar. Einar, I am a darker version of real me. Do you hate me? I don't care. Come to my room and serve me like a slave. Artoria Alter or Salter tried to pull Einar. You are bossy version? Einar was eager to know the edgy version of this Artoria. But before Salter could take Einar, he was grabbed by another Salter in Santa outfit. I am Artoria Pendragon, Santa Alter. Tell me Einar what you want in Charisma's present. Although it is a little far, I could give you a present anytime you want. Santa Salter grinned and pulled her skirt showing her panty to Einar. Ho ho ho. Some blood leaked from Einar's nose. He was again grabbed by another Salter. This time it was her swimsuit version. Einar, for your sake, I took off in your favorite sexy maid form. Now be grateful and let me serve you. And without saying any further, Maid Salter opened Einar's pants zip. Hold on. There should be a better place. Einar first slipped from 3 edgy Aratiras and then closed his zip before his little monster came out and destroyed all females in the room. For his defense, another 2 Artorias came out and raised their guard against other Artorias. One was wearing a short knicker and cap while the other was wearing some kind of mecha armor. Mysterious Heroine X and your true and only girlfriend at your service, Einar. Let us dispose of these fakers. Mysterious Heroine X introduced herself. Mysterious Heroine XX, ready to protect my true and only boyfriend. Mecha version said. Hold on. Let's take things slowly. Einar started to panic since they just keep coming. He was again pulled by Alter version of 2 Kaderi Artorias who were defending. Mysterious Heroine X, Alter. Order to Einar, make me pudding now. Mysterious Idol X, Alter. Listen to my music now. They were also altars. Einar, 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 Einar. All of them keep swarming Einar, who started to get hot red as his Artoria meter indicating red alert and finally exploded. Oh my god. I am coming. Einar roared and blood burst from nostrils and he fainted on the spot. Einar Sirius Dulac was defeated by his harem. Einar entered the men's toilet to take a leak. He saw another charming male on the urinals. He had silver hair and a dazzling charming face much like Einar, but this boy's charm was on another level. Einar silently walked towards one urinal beside the boy was using. He realized that boy was a little embarrassed so he decided to introduce himself. Einar Sirius Dulac, Knight and Mage of the Round Table, Britain. Oh hello, Mr. Sirius, nice to meet you. I am Lan Ling Wang, Prince of Lan Ling, from China. The silver-haired boy intruded himself. I am sorry if I am discomforting you due to my face since it is my noble phantasm. Haha, don't worry Prince. I am resistant to any kind of buffs if it doesn't reach rank EX. Haha, is that so? Since they were in toilets so it was not appropriate to make conversations. Now the competition started. The real reason why urinals were invented was not that men could take a leak, you have to show your dominance to your neighboring fellow who is the real man. Both Lan Ling and Einar looked at each other with the eyes of rivalry. They knew about this fact, despite being from the early ages. Einar, who was also known as the man having the essence of H protagonist, didn't want to lose to this slender-looking prince. Lan Ling was also a prince. Although he was generous to distribute his wealth among common people, he didn't mind showing his manly side and showing his rivals how a prince's thing looks like. Einar opened the zip and take out his anaconda. Hiss asterisk. Lan Ling also opened his zip and take his python. KHSSSS*. Both monsters were almost even, but in the end, our MC won the show. I guess I can't compete with a man who is rumored to satisfy so many kings of knights, Lanling admitted his defeat. Haha, it was fair competition with a prince whose face is a noble phantasm and had numerous concubines and wives when alive. Though I have to say, throwing in wild is still best. I would suggest near the tree. Like lions. Haha. And so two charming males who were competing for the sizes of their dicks just a second ago became friends and happily chatting until a girl entered the toilet and stood beside Einar. "Ah, Missy? I don't think this is the right place for you to use." Einar decided to remind the female that she was in the wrong place. "Yes, please leave. It is not appropriate." Lanling was also a little angry with this shameful female. She had pink hair with a long braid and a canny on her face. "Nishishi. I like you guys' reaction, but I am just a charming servant." Astolfo, the servant, introduced himself and his gender. Lanling and Einar understood who this servant really was. It was a trap. But before they had time to digest the image of a trap taking a leak with them, the trap in question didn't wait any longer and opened his zip too. What came out was a shadow with a terrifying presence. The reality of the toilet around Lanling and Einar changed into that of hell. The shadow grew bigger and bigger until it reached the height of 15 meters. What? Lanling and Einar were terrified, trembling in each other's arms. The thing soon came out of the shadow. It was a real giant demon dragon. Roar **. Shot on iPhone meme. Saber, give me your hand, and don't slack. Same for you, Avenger, don't leave behind. These were the dialogues of two evil altars of two infamous heroines of Chaldea, Arturia Altar, and Jean Altar, or Salter and Jalter, respectively. No way, are those really edgy heroines from before? Gadako can't believe in her eyes how synchronized their attacks were, responding without even the need for proper command. Salter and Jalter were nothing like that. In fact, they would have eaten each other, and this singularity would be the death of humanity's master if not for our MC's timely arrival and taming these altars. Flashback. Ice Queen bitch. Why didn't you give me a ride to hide out? I had Master with me. And even if I could, I won't ever give a ride to Mad Dog. Jalter and Salter again started their bickering. Ah. Poor Gadako could only massage her forehead as she just dodged a death bullet, since Jalter and Salter even started their bickering in midst of the fight. She knew that she was not going to survive this singularity. Humph. I guess your man-whore really got in your nerves, Ice Bitch Queen. I dare you to call him man-whore one more time and I will salt your virgin ass. Now that Einar was mentioned, their fight went from just bickering to worst that they both drew their weapons. Oi, stop. Gadako had to jump to stop them. Master, give me command and let me kill this Ice Bitch Queen. She only has one place, and that is that man's bed. Master, don't stop me from killing this virgin Mad Dog. I am going to Excalibur her ass. I will le grandement de la haine your mouth if you call me virgin one more time. Gosh, please go to your rooms and relax. We will discuss this matter tomorrow. Be it temporarily, she was able to calm the storm and earthquake finally and came to her room when a screen appeared in front of her. On Senpai, how is it going? For some reason, Mash was moaning while sweating and naked? Mash. What are you doing and with whom? Gadako thought that something was terribly wrong. Mash didn't come with her in this singularity, so she could only control servants that were summoned in this singularity. Ah Senpai, it's not what you are thinking. I am with Einar Senpai on Dame Senpai, please don't put that thing inside all of a sudden. You are with my husbando. Mash, Einar, get away from each other this instant. Gadako can't believe that she was deceived by her kohai. She felt like she has been NTR'd. Relax, I am only giving her massage. It was Einar who was calm. Oh thank God. Gadako sighed in relief. She was still suspecting, but she can't do anything from another part of the world. After that Gadako explained everything to Einar and he agreed to help since it includes two Saberface. The next day Einar came and Gadako introduced him to two altars. Hello, I am Einar Sirius Dulac, a lancer, but also somewhat caster, too. I hope we get along. Einar greeted like a proper gentleman, however in the next moment, his image was shattered by two heroines. So you are the infamous man-whore that this Ice Bitch Queen takes so much pride. A tick mark appeared on Einar's face, but he still maintained his smile from the rude comment of Jalter. Didn't I tell you not to come out from your room? Since when did my slave get this brave as to defy his master? Another tick mark appeared on his face, but he was still calm. He was her slave? Since when? Haha, guess the infamous Lancer is not only man-whore, but also a slave to this ice bitch queen. Mad dog, he is my slave, so don't drag your useless butt here. And they started bickering again, but this time, they even involved Einar, too. This is fucking enough. Einar finally changed his calm and charming face into cold and demonic one. He knew that they both require some lessons, so he first asked Godako to leave the three of them alone, then took out a wooden bench from his storage. He cast a spell on both of them, paralyzing their bodies, and placed them on the bench on their belly. Hey, wait. What the hell do you think you are doing? You scum. Slave, this is not the time to do this here. Jalter and Salter were both helpless since they were in a very awkward position. However, it didn't stop Einar from what he was doing. Since both of them were in their Shinjuku sprite, Einar first removed Salter's knicker and then lifted Jalter's skirt, making them show their panties. He didn't do that to ogle their pale butt but to punish them. He enlarged his hand, raised in the heaven, and dropped on their asses like the punishment of God. Both of them screamed from their lungs out. One bitch slapped to their butt drained 5% of their HP. However, Einar didn't care about their agony and helped cry and continued to spank their butts until only 10% of their HP was left. Now, who is man-whore and slave again? Einar asked, coldly. Jalter and Salter shuddered from fear. They didn't dare to even lift their eyes to face him. Their butts were in terrible pain that they couldn't even sit. Sniff asterisk. They then became teary after the beat down. Salter was sad that she got humiliated by her slave, lover, and Jalter was angry that this man-whore, secret crush, dared to lift his hand on her. Einar sighed and smiled. He was mad but had already taught them a lesson. He first lifted Salter and placed on his lap facing each other. Wait, Einar dash. Before she could reason with him, he already closed her mouth with his lips and began to smooch her. Salter also didn't mind showing some honest feeling and rolled her arms around his neck. WWW what? Jalter blushed from embarrassment after watching two couples kissing each other so passionately in front of her. She was a little mad that they were showing this kind of play without any care of her presence and not because she was jealous or anything. Einar then parted with Salter after sucking the life out of her and placed the fainted Salter on the sofa to deal with another altar. What do you think you are doing? Stay back. Don't come. Do it with me too. I mean no. Jalter was desperate and her mind was fantasying about Einar and doing with him, but she will never submit for such kind of brazen act even if her body wants to enjoy the forbidden fruit. However, against her expectations, Einar didn't touch her sexual part but gave her a warm hug. She was confused and flustered but didn't say anything, and both of them remained in that position for a minute. After that, Einar placed Jalter on his lap and began healing her ass with his right hand. Humph, you are such a pervert. Jalter was blushing and was against Einar touching her butt, but she didn't stop him since she was being healed. Yes, I am. You are also a cheater. Yeah, kind of, but I only show my feelings to Artoria and anyone who has a similar spirit origin. Besides, she allowed me to have as many wives as I want. You are so lecher. But don't put your feelings for me. I am not like my other self. I am just clone made with hatred and war dash. I know perfectly well what are you, so no need to concern yourself. Artoria also has one, but you see, when you love someone you have to accept their dark part too. Einar explained. Salter, who heard him, came and hugged his left arm. She was totally different from before, like a maiden in love. See? I don't really care if you are evil or good, well, as long as Saberface, so I don't care what are you. You are you, Jenny. What did you call me? Jenny, it is better than calling you Alter or Jalter all the time. Do you like it? Humph, don't go so lovey-dovey with me. Call me whatever you want. Haha, you are so cute, Jenny. Einar chuckled. Oi, Einar. How big are you gonna expand your harem with this mad dog included? Salter asked. Icy bitch queen. First of all, don't call others with such vulgar names. Second, I don't have a harem. Einar explained. It is not a harem if the same person manifests with a different class. Salter and Jalter looked at him if he was even serious. Oh okay, I am playboy, so what? I will take everyone's responsibility. Einar rolled his eyes. After their chat, Einar gave Jalter her super boost, just like Jean, and they went to clear Demon God Pillar. Flashback ends. Can you sit somewhere? Einar asked Gadako, who was sitting on his lap. I am your master. I also have a right to sit on your thighs. Why other servants can enjoy your lap, but your master can't? Is it too much to ask? Gadako used emotional blackmailing. Oh, of course not. You can sit wherever you want, master. Einar smiled helplessly. On the other hand, Jalter and Salter also unleashed their noble phantasms. Le Grandement de la Haine. Excalibur Morgan. And with Einar's super buffs, the demon god pillar was reduced to ashes. Altar heroines came and glared at Gadako, who was taking advantage of their situation. Gadako flinched and silently got up from his lap to let two altars have some fun with Einar. Girls, let me make you some spicy food. In the desert, I will be making French for our Jenny. Einar stood up and grabbed two heroines' waists and offered. Humph, don't think that I will fall for your advances. Jalter was as tsundere as ever. Einar, I won't let you use condoms when we go to bed, and make sure to teach that this stupid girl about sex if she is coming on your bed, Salter suggested. Huh. What are you saying? I won't do that with a jerk like him. And so two altars stated quarreling again and then left the venue. What about me? Gadako can't believe that her servants left them to enjoy themselves. Marvel Cinematic Universe? Avengers were having a party in Avengers Tower and all men were taking turns who will lift Thor's hammer. Arg. Steve Rogers was the last one, but he was also not worthy enough to lift Mjolnir. However, Thor noticed that Steve managed to slightly move the hammer. I guess no one is worthy enough. Thor laughed as he was strongest among all Avengers. Suddenly a boy with blonde hair around 17 years old came with a wine bottle in his hand. His face was also red from drunkenness. He was Einar Sirius Dulac, who came here after wishing for Holy Grail to have skills like Zoro from One Piece. What he was expecting were sword skills, but instead, what he got was his getting lost ability. Now he ends up here and got drunk. Hey, guys, enjoying the booty party. The boy was drunk. Hey, who the hell are you? Tony asked. I am regular everyday normal motherfucker, Einar giggled with a hiccup. Einar then came near the table and held Mjolnir's grip, and without waiting even for a second, he easily lifted the god's weapon. What? Everyone stood up in surprise. Hey! Tell me, who are you? Thor was angry. I am, Aha! I am worthy. Happy destroying and fixing this world, guys. Bye bitches. Einar then put his two fingers on his forehead and disappeared. Did I just get robbed? Thor was at loss on words. Blood could be seen splashing in the air. Following the dirt, you could see the guts and flesh of someone scattered. Take this bitch. Arg, damn my leg. Please stop. What have I ever done to you? A person could be seen beating the shit out of another being with a big shield as a weapon. That person was Mash Kirilite, the cute poster girl of Chaldea's security organization, and the being in front of her was Demon God Pillar, the stepping stone, the main antagonist of this timeline. However, at the moment, Mash was anything but cute as her eyes were showing deep hatred while her smile was that of a warlust goddess. What have you done to my Kohai? Gadako shuddered at the sight of her Kohai, the demon she became. I told you, it's her hidden potential and nothing else, but I have to say, we do lose something. Want some popcorn? The person was Einar Sirius Dulac and the cause of Mash's new state. Yes. Gadako sighed and accepted some popcorn from the demonic angel fairy. Earlier, Gadako was on a singularity, but since most enemies were archers, she only took Mash and Einar as her supportive servant. Well, now Einar is more than enough to handle any enemy on his own. Soon they reached the core of the cause and find out that just like any other shitty short-term singularity, Demon God Pillar was also present here. Einar, can you handle him alone? Gadako looked at Einar in the hope to receive a positive answer, but she saw him looking at Mash, who was a little down for the moment. What's wrong, Mash-chan? Einar asked his Kohai and person carrying the spirit of his nephew. I am sorry, Einar-senpai, but I think I have not been very useful in combat. Mash signed. She was a little down for the fact that she was not able to show any skill to her beloved new senpai. She thought that with the absence of Artoria or any Saberface she could spend some memorable time with Einar, but it was all ruined since they were in front of the final boss and except for defending her master's ass, she couldn't do much. Einar, while thinking something, went towards Gadako. I am feeling bad for my Kohai. Gadako said looking at Mash who was sighing after every minute. Unbeknown to Gadako, it was the state of all other servants except Knights of the Round Table and Saberfaces, especially Lancers. Then I have a plan, Einar smirked. What plan? You may have noticed, but everyone from the Round Table has a certain tendency that is hidden well from others. Like Artoria has low stamina in keeping up with me on the bed, Lancelot is a masochist and Bedivere likes cross-dressing in general. Galahad had also one. And what would that be? Just watch. Einar winked and then walked towards Demon God Pillar. Ha ha ha, I am Demon God Pillar Barbados. So you dash. Barbados was about to continue when Einar interrupted him. You evil monster. Your reign stops here. Ha. Huh. Einar took out his spear and then ran towards Barbados and swung his spear lousily. Is that supposed to hurt me? Barbados was confused. Ha. Huh. Take this. However, Einar continued to slice the giant pillar like a baby swinging a stick. Gentlemen, please be serious. Barbados respectfully pushed Einar away. And please let me state my reason for creating this singularity and dash. He was again interrupted when Einar flew several meters away from the push that was just meant to make some distance. Einar senpai / husbando. Mash and Gadako ran towards Einar. Mash was worried and took Einar in her arms. Mash, that demon, ugh. I am afraid I can't continue anymore. Einar struggled and said. Like an Indian drama, Mash and Gadako looked at each other while Thunder BGM was played in the background. That demon made me useless. Einar gritted his teeth. I am sorry, but I only want to state my reason, and that push wasn't even meant to hurt you. Barbados was offended. Although he is a demon, he was a gentle demon and can't get defeated without stating his reason and the procedure he went through. Oh no. Einar senpai. Mash, not only that, but it seems like my my little brother is also hurt. I am afraid I won't be able to spend time with any girl anymore. Einar exploded another bomb. What? Mash widened her eyes and glared at Barbados who flinched from such a deathly glare. Einar senpai, then you won't be able to. Mash. I know about your feelings, and I also like to create some memories with you, but a man's pride is in his dick. Furthermore, it has been cursed, so unless that thing is killed and erased from existence, please forgot about me. What are you saying? Tears formed in her eyes. Yeah. I am sorry for being such a useless senpai. Sniff *p please don't say this. Haha, Mash, I think you have to handle that thing alone. Mash, Galahad wasn't only a defensive tactician but also a master combatant. You could also do it, you have to focus, Mash, I believe in you. Bleh. And Einar fainted. Day of Fate, Spirit vs Spirit BGM. Like her limits and class as a defensive servant fly away like a bird, something got awake inside her. You damn demon. Mash roared and released a tremendous magic wave shaking the whole singularity. Her hair was shining with silver light and her eyes were devoid of the consciousness of old Mash. She turned into Super Mash, Smash. What? Barbados and Gadako were both confused. See? Einar opened his eyes and take out some drinks to watch the show. You were acting? Well duh. Anyway, as I told you that Galahad also had one other weapon in his arsenal and that was me. You? Yeah. You know, once I got a cut on my face once in a war, it was no problem, but Galahad got so enraged that he erased a small army on his own when he was just 16. In short, if she sees me getting hurt on my face, he becomes a berserker. Since Mash is a girl, then I used my D as an excuse. Einar explained. Gadako could only stare at Einar and wondering if fairies have a crafty mindset in general. Take this you. I will cut you and burn it down. How dare you hurt Einar senpai's stick? I will kill you. Arg my leg. Please listen to me. Gadako could only stare at the bloodbath her Kohai was causing and exchanged looked with Einar several times before asking, who is the demon again? Then. On other hand, Mash was also almost done dealing with Barbados. Please forgive me. However, what comes last was a cute demon girl. Einar and Mash were shocked by such a new revelation. Please. You have to understand. I only push your senpai to talk. Look, he is Finn dash. Before Demon Girl could complete, Mash slapped her so hard that broke her few teeth. Bitch, did I ever give you permission to speak? Mash said with a cold tone. Follow me, the Demon Girl pleaded. Forgive you? Yesh. The dash. Daga Kotawaru. Daga what? I said I refuse. There is nothing I like more than refusing someone who hurts my senpai. You have just run out of time. Demon Girl widened her eyes and got up to escape. Humph, trying to escape? Mash shook her head before flew high in the air with the help of Einar's buffs. She put her shield in front and pinpointed her direction towards the running Demon Girl. Huge Camelot walls began to materialize until they took the shape of proper walls. Lord Camelot da. Mash called the name of her new noble phantasm and dropped on the Demon Girl like Tsar Bomba. Boom asterisk. A huge explosion occurred and debris wrecked everything while Einar could only look at the drama with a mob face. Sokka. And Gadako was hiding behind Einar. After erasing Barbados out of existence, Mash came back covered in blood reflecting the sight of a Yandere goddess. Senpai, are you okay? Mash asked with a smile. Yeah, pretty much. Einar felt cold on his back. Good. Mash smiled and sat on his lap and hugged him affectionately. Senpai, you promised me a date, remember? When did I dash? You promised me a date, fufufu. Oh yeah, let's go. But first, we should go to a hotel to clean you guys up. Einar automatically agreed and carried 2 girls on mono and flew in the air. Einar senpai, I want to go in a mixed bath to strengthen our bond. Mash, you are a little early dash. Senpai, do I have to repeat myself? Of course not, dear. And so the singularity comes to end. New class. Mash Kirilight dash Berserker. Conditions to unlock, try to hurt Einar serious and she will beat the shit out of you. Siyu Chulin was walking on the Chaldea Collider with his head down. What have I done anything wrong? The reason for his sadness was none other than the newest and strongest knight servant Einar Sirius, a fellow lancer. At first, he was used to be in every single party as the last hope for his master. His evade and gut skills were unrivaled to any other servant. But now, he was just getting used to licking dirt. First, he had the access to all the resources in Chaldea, but now his quarter is merged with his other counterparts, stuffing 4 men in a single room. Everything is a mess for him. Now Einar is the greatest superstar of Chaldea as his buffs were on par with Castoria, Waver, Merlin and Scotty. Speaking of Scotty, it seems like Einar's harem has increased even further. Anyway, now that Einar is on the roster, most of the lancers with a single target, mostly without any attack buffs, were suffering a severe crisis. He was walking when he came across the very person he was trying to avoid at all cost. Oh look, isn't that Shirsho's dog? And it was the first thing Einar said in their meeting. Hey, dude. How is it going? Siyu tried to stay calm since Einar is a 5-star high-tier servant and he can't afford to lose the little bit of living quarter left for him or he would be using a doghouse in the future. Haha, I didn't know that famous Celtic hero turns out to be a pathetic 3-star servant. Sucks to be you. Einar mocked Siyu and laughed. Siyu gritted his teeth and new teen-looking Einar was picking on him. Okay, what if I am 3-star servant? I was way much of help before your arrival. So don't act like you own this place. Ah, the doggy is crying. You want a biscuit, boy? Want biscuits? Einar laughed and showed Siyu some dog biscuits. Gore, do you think I am a dog dash? Have a biscuit. And Einar threw a dog biscuit on Siyu's face. Grr. Siyu had enough of this. He then materialized Gibalg and challenged Einar, at least he tried to. Let's see how you dodge this. Saying that he unleashed his noble phantasm and shot his spear towards Einar, but... PFF, ha ha ha. Einar began to laugh and caught the bullet-like spear with his bare hands. You know I also have one, Einar smirked and then took out similar-looking Gibalg. Although it is a good weapon I only use it as a toothpick, Einar said while scratching his teeth. No way. Siyu was speechless. Remember I also learned under Scat Hack? You should know how I found her with my rank X luck. Really? Yeah, but don't familiarize yourself with me. I am way stronger than you and she also loves me. Einar said as he threw away Siyu's spear and threw some more dog biscuits on Siyu's face. Waka waka, bitch. Get lost. Siyu gritted his teeth, but screwed in last moment, midget. Einar turned around and looked at Siyu. What did you call me? Midget, since you are so short that I have to see steps as to not crush you in an accident. Siyu smirked since he finally picked Einar's weakness and done also a mistake. You know what? Einar smiled before his eyes turned icy cold. A few moments later. Senpai, look. There is a new addition to the wall. Mash was walking with Gadako as she pointed at the wall where two heads were sticking out. One was Merlin and the other was Siyu Chulain. Yeah, well, ignore them. I heard that Einar has invented a new Italian cuisine we should try out. Of course he did. After all, he is my Einar senpai, Mash chucked as she tightened the grip of Gadako's arm. Gadako chuckled wryly as they left. Mocked Einar's height? Merlin asked his neighbor. Yeah. Hey, Merlin. What kind of monster he is? Siyu asked as his face was swollen and a spear nailed in his ass. He just treated Einar's fight with him as the worst nightmare. He could advent as a beast. Ugh. Einar was having a party with his fellow members of Knights of the Round Table along with some other servants. Einar. He was drinking alone when he heard the soft and cutest voice in humankind's existence. Arturia, I was about to. Who is he? Einar turned around as his eyes fell on his beloved wife and about to ask something when his sight fell on a handsome man she was accompanied with. The person was a handsome man with charming looks with hair and eyes color similar to Arturia's. Einar, he is my counterpart from a parallel timeline, Arthur Pendragon. Arturia introduced her other real male self to her husband. Sir Einar, I have heard so much about you. As you have guessed, I am Arthur Pendragon from a parallel universe. Nice to meet you. Arthur smiled with pink cheeks and offered a handshake. Hey, Sir Arthur. Einar smiled wryly and also shook his hand. He didn't know what to even talk about with Arthur. Oh Arthur, I am Einar Sirius and one who bangs you but not you at the same time. Einar would die because of embarrassment. Einar, he wants something to talk with you. I will excuse myself. Arturia said with a pleading tone and left the two men alone. Einar smiled wryly and then offered him a seat on the table. So Sir Arthur, what do you want to talk with me? Einar asked while wondering why the dude in front of him was blushing. Well, the thing is. Just like your hidden legend. My timeline is also similar to yours. Arthur blushed and blinked his eyes several times, glancing at Einar. Dude, stop blushing. Of course, Einar couldn't blurt that out since Arthur was a guest. I didn't quite understand. Einar tried to avoid the topic as he was sensing a hidden danger. Well, the thing is. I also have a hidden lover, she is a fairy like you. Her name is Elena Sirius, my love, Arthur spoke and blushed. I see. I didn't know that I also have my counterpart, Alea, I will fucking destroy you. But I am not a girl, haha. Einar said and laughed out the matter. It is true, but when I saw you, you kind of reminded me of her. She was as kind and as beautiful as you, Sir Einar dash. But I am not a girl, Sir Arthur. Einar didn't want to continue this fuck train. Haha, I can understand you a little. Elena was also a possessive fairy like you and almost killed Guinevere and my sister if not for my intervention. Anyway, I just want to have few chats to match some events that match my timeline. Arthur said and offered Einar a drink. Oh, that. Of course, we should share our experience, but no sexual stuff, okay? Einar smiled and accepted the drink. You bet. And then both of them instantly became friends and spent the rest of their time chatting. Ugh. I shouldn't drink alcohol from now on. Not good for fairies. Einar woke up from his hangover as he found himself in his room. After the party was over, Einar didn't remember anything after he trusted his body to Arturia. Ugh, why my ass is hurting. He scratched his ass, but then detected someone under the blanket, sleeping beside him. Oh well, time to charge some Arturia energy. He said as he hugged Arturia. But what is this? When did Arturia become so tall and so handsome? Einar widened his eyes and started to shake from fear as he uncovered the person sleeping with him. Oh hey, Sir Einar, I must say, it was a wild night. It was the voice of none other than his beloved wife's counterpart, Arthur Pendragon. Einar's expression turned who just saw a demon. If you want to support me, check out my Patreon at https://www.patreon.com/Kayashin. I tend to polls that decide important plot stuff in my P at Trian. Many thanks to my awesome patrons. Ben Phillips, Yame Tancho, Harold Martinsons. If you enjoyed the content, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to the channel. I'll be here until next time.